Oi, I think you know what time it is. Cream of rice time with our protein drip. Someone in our last video wasn't too happy about us calling it a protein drip. Well, Adam, I don't give a fuck. And I'm not calling it a thick protein shake. Let's get it going. Change of plans, lads and ladettes. Finally, I've had my new shipment of protein powder come in, and it's honey flavored, and it's fucking brilliante mixed in. So I'm not doing the protein drip today. The last protein I had was absolutely abysmal and disgusting. So I was mixing it with cashew butter in a protein drip to kind of mask the flavor. But we're mixing this bad boy in. There's something about opening up a fresh tub of protein. Oh, man. This is the best protein you will ever try in your life. It mixes really well too. Oh man, trying to get the scoop out for the first time is never fun. Let's see if it's a perfect 30 gram scoop. 32. I'm too OCD with it, so we're pulling the second 2 grams out. Watch this. Watch this, alright? Oh, come on, let me whisk it. Oh, this whisk is useless. Got it from Kmart. Gotta whisk the living shit out of it. Wait for the consistency. Ready? Man, am I excited. Hey, check out this honey. It looks just rock solid, but man, the hard honey is one of the best tasting things you'll ever put your damn lips on. This is impossible one-handed, but I think you get the gist. That is pretty obnoxious, isn't it? We have 100 grams rice flour, 30 grams of total dark chocolate and nut butter. I use 85% dark chocolate, 30 grams of protein isolate, 100 grams total fruit. My banana was too small, as per usual, and finished off with raspberries to make up the difference. And then we've got 20 grams of honey on there as well. So this is like 900 calories and 100 and something grams of carbs. I think like 115 to 130. So I am deeply sorry if you are currently on poverty calories, but I'm enjoying the fuck out of this. Let's talk about sleep and how to improve your sleep, because last time I bulked, I saw some pretty damn slow progress, especially with gym progressions, and I thought that's just how it was always going to be. I thought that was just my genetics and I could never progress that fast. But in this build, seeing how fast progressions have come in and being able to gain, I think 5 kilos in the last 10 weeks. And if you do look at the visuals, there's not a lot of that has been fat gain. Obviously, some's going to be glycogen and water in the muscle, but safe to say there's been some decent growth there. And not the one thing, but a major improvement has been sleep for me, and actually being really consistent and dialed in with that sleep routine itself. My sleep was always okay. It was never something that, I was only eating 3-4 hours per night. I have always got at least 7 hours every night, but in previous builds, the quality wasn't there. And the quality wasn't there because the routine was off. Some days I would wake up an hour later than usual. On the weekends, I would go to bed fucking 4 hours later than I would on weekdays. And same again, I'd wake up 4 hours later. And then I wouldn't be able to get to sleep on the Sunday night because I'd only been awake for 10 hours of the day because I'd woken up so late. And this just threw me off for Monday, and same again, it trickles into the week. So this time around, I've been a lot more dialed in. I will try to go to bed and wake up within the same 1 hour window day to day. And having this on weekends too has just been huge. Having a set wind down routine is always massive and something that I bang on about a lot with clients. If you're a client watching this, apologies, but the wind down routine is so crucial. It's so essential, and that is also something that's fucked me in past. I would maybe get home from a hangout with mates and then try to go straight to bed, and your mind's racing. You're in bed for 2 hours before you actually fall asleep. So even if it's just 30 minutes before going to bed, whether you watch a Netflix show, you do some journaling, go for a walk, have a hot shower, do something that you can repeat on a day-to-day basis that gets your body in the mood of sleeping and actually helps you fall asleep when your head hits the pillow. You do that and you might be shocked at how fast the gain train arrives. But I'm going to melt into this meal. I like to eat quite slowly at the moment. It might take me 10 minutes, might even take me 15 minutes to polish this, and then it's chest and back day today. So I'm going to try to record some clips for you at the gym, and I'll kind of run through an explanation of my session. So I will see you soon. This shit is fucking insane. I have to tell you. Man. Jesus. My ears fucking hurt after that. Apologies if yours do too. But long black, 1 equal, ready to go for our chest and back session. I don't mind a coffee before a session. Like before a leg day, I'll do an energy drink. And on the weekend, I'll also do an energy drink. But long black, 1 equal, mate, if you've got plenty of salt in your pre-workout meal, that's all you need. Well, hey, feels like we're on a check-in, doesn't it? Anyways, here is our chest and back session. Just a few, absolute word jumble, a few clips from the session. Now, I have 5 exercises on my chest and back day, starting with a back movement and then rolling into chest, then rotating back to back, another chest movement, and then finishing off with a third back movement. So what I'll do is how can I change? There we go. Oh, wrong clip. Apologies. Now, with my chest flies, there we go. So I do these on a pretty steep incline, and that's because in my previous training phase, I had them on a much lower incline. So it's literally doing nothing more optimal than a more shallow incline. It's literally just hitting slightly different muscle fibers and hitting the chest from a slightly different angle. So what I'm thinking on these flies is keeping my shoulders pinned down, not letting them shrug up as I fly, and then literally just squeezing my bicep into the side of my chest. A lot of guys will let their head come forward and let their chin tuck. What happens here is those shoulders really start to take over. So if we can keep that head pinned back on that bench and focus on keeping shoulders down, you might find that you get a lot better squeeze on the pecs on any of your flies. Sorry. Now, rolling into our next chest movement. So I do flies before pressing. Now, this isn't for some pre-exhaustion or anything like that. It's literally because, it's because this is how my coach programmed it. But I find for me, when I'm doing dumbbell pressing in particular, this gets very, very ego driven. And I will just try to up the weight as much as possible and lift as heavy dumbbells as possible, which oftentimes leads to form breakdown and not getting the most out of the pecs and not being able to grow as much. So using very light weights on here, this is actually my second set. I did 32.5s for my first set, and then I do a bit of a back off set for my second. So rolling with the 27s for this set. Now, as you'll see, always smashing the coconut water intro workout just to get some extra carbs in, because I only do 4 meals per day, and of course some extra potassium, which, look, it's not going to do a drastic, we're not going to have a drastic benefit to drink mid-session, but potassium can actually delay the onset of fatigue. So every little thing that we can do to improve our sessions and progress as much as possible, I'll take it. And coconut water from H2 Cocoa tastes fucking delicious as well.
So yeah, as mentioned, on the 27s for this set, going quite high in reps. So this was a 10 rep set. And what I'm thinking when dumbbell pressing is trying to drive as much pressure through the thumb as possible, making sure that those dumbbells are staying stable. What I would do in previous years is have that pressure pretty much evenly dispersed through the hand, but because I am more shoulder and tricep dominant as opposed to chest, my chest is fucking tiny compared to my shoulders. So what would happen is the dumbbells would rotate out, and this would put much more tension on the shoulders and of course the triceps as well, because more of that resistance is shifting outward onto the elbow joint. So yeah, as you can see, keeping those dumbbells as stable as possible, driving that pressure through the thumbs, and same again, not last rep, fucking driving the intensity there, but not letting the chest arch up too much, just keeping that back flat, and we are chilling. Now, last movement of the day is Kelso shrugs. So absolutely love this movement. They're really tricky to get going initially, but as we get better acquainted and connected to them, then they feel ridiculous. I like to have a slight elbow bend, just feels a little bit more natural for me. And what I'm thinking here is initiating a rowing movement, but keeping those elbows in that position where there's just a tiny bit of elbow bend going on. You can kind of just use the mind muscle connection with your traps on our Kelso shrugs, but if you're doing them for the first time, they are going to feel very, very weird. So I do 3 sets of Kelso shrugs at the end of my workout. So yeah, 4 sets for chest, and there was 2 other back exercises that I didn't manage to film. So 2 sets, 2 sets, and 3 sets. So yeah, 2 sets for the lats and 5 sets for the upper back, which I'm really trying to bring up in this build. That is the workout.
I would love to share with you the exact details of our post-workout meal right now, but I am ravenously fucking hungry, so I'm going to smash this and our Mandalorian Schweppes drink, no sugar of course, and then I will get back to you. I'm watching my check-in right now, so give me a sec and I'll be back. All right, so I've just finished watching Coach's check-in response and plan of attack for the week ahead. Keeping nutrition stable as is. Body weight is coming up very nicely, and the waist circumference actually went down by 1/2 inch in the last week, even with body weight and training progression shooting up so much. Now, if you haven't tried this yet, don't. The green one's a little bit wank, but the orangey red one, holy fuck. I'm usually not excited by a sugar-free beverage. I am by a caffeinated sugar-free beverage, but just like a regular sugar-free drink. Oh my goodness. That is one special thing. But yeah, in a really good flow with training at the moment, nothing of note, and got Thailand coming up in 2 weeks. So very, very excited for the trip, for some extra warmth to come in. Getting out of bed in these winter mornings is certainly not very easy. But other than that, for today, I'm off to a psychologist appointment later on. Now, don't worry, nothing is going on. I actually just like to have the psychologist as someone to see on a consistent basis, even when things are flowing really smoothly and it seems like you don't quite need them, because I don't spend a lot of money on clothes and shoes and whatnot, but I do spend a lot of my money on services and the people around me. So yeah, I'll go to my psychologist every couple of weeks, depending on things that are going on. Obviously got my coach. I've got a mentor that I work with too. And I find that when I'm in the freshest spot mentally and when I'm investing into how I'm actually showing up and feeling on a daily basis, that's what actually matters, as opposed to a new t-shirt, which I'm going to wear once and throw out. And I forgot to mention in the last clip, but man, I feel like such a bad client when my coach will send back the check-in response at like 10 a.m. But that's where I'm like in deep work, and then go and hit the gym session, and I don't reply
till like 2 p.m. when I'm sitting down for lunch, because I like to properly watch it while I'm not doing anything, so I can of course take in everything and send back a proper response with how I'm of course feeling about the week, about any changes, and then just touching base. I find it's really good to actually have that extra touch point after the check-in, and same goes, like, I encourage it for all clients to shoot me a message after they have had a watch of the check-in response with any further questions, and just to update as to how things are feeling. But that's pretty much all for this video, man. In terms of sleep, if you don't have sleep quite in check, then it's one serious lever that we can pull to just send our gains to another level. And I'll see it a lot with clients starting up that we don't even know it's something that can be improved. And a lot of guys especially, it'll be like, we didn't think that we could actually improve sleep. We were too used to only getting 6 hours or only getting poor quality sleep. But then when we make a couple slight adjustments and see sleep improve, we see that crazy payoff. It's like, wow, I never thought this were possible. But I'm going to stop blabbering on. I need to get to my appointment, and we'll keep on ticking off the rest of the to-do list for the day. But I'm looking forward to the next video. Not going to be in Thailand, the next video, but the one after that. But leave a comment if you got this far. If you did get this far, I really appreciate you watching the video through. And yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful day so far. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Aside from if you're the protein drip hater in my last video. Surely I'm not the only one who thinks that's just a weird thing to say. I'm blabbering. See you later.